Hi everyone, it's that time of the week. It is hump day. So let's see what animal medicines present to us for support, insight, guidance, and maybe even some growth and lesson potential. Okay, so first card up, the dolphin. So the dolphin is, I'm just going to move these over. The dolphin is in the earth position, but it is a water card. So this is grounded, emotional, higher communication. The dolphin brings to us the ability to speak from the heart, a very loved base type communication and interaction. It's a higher frequency communication. So midweek we're feeling somewhat expansive, balanced, and actually quite love-filled with our communication. So that's a good thing, right? Okay. Spirit. And it's grandmother spider. So spider is in the spirit position, but it is an earth card. So again, the groundedness continues. Grandmother spider brings in the ancient wisdoms, brings to us the potential for prosperity and expansion. Again, there's a communication theme going on here because the spider is very sensitive to the slightest of movement and vibration. So we are very spiritually connected midweek and receiving a lot of wisdom from grandmother medicine. So let's go into our fire. So fire, I'm just going to turn this around for a minute. It is a water card. So at some point, maybe we just get a little bit, I don't know, full of ourselves a little. And we find ourselves a little out of balance. Stingray is the medicine of balance, actually, within balance. If you look at this card, you see, that the chakras are highlighted. So we're feeling a little bit, maybe physically, out of balance. And because we're such a grounded force in our communication and our spiritual communication and our emotional communication, that maybe physically we've kind of offset our fire and maybe even put it out a little bit physically. But that's easy enough to bring into balance. This is a matter of not being sedentary, of creating fluid movement for yourself. I mean, yoga is the first thing that comes to my mind because of the fluidity of it, but certainly anything that, feels right for you, hiking, walking, working out, whatever it is for you, but increased in physical activity will really bring this aspect, this medicine, back into balance. In balance, this is like, it's all about balance. It's feeling physically, emotionally, and our desires and our passions, our fire will then be all in balance. A very nice, clear path. But we do have to realize that at some point, we're feeling like a rock star kind of in here. At some point, we're going to find ourselves potentially a little out of balance. I don't think for most it's going to be anything major. I think it's, when we're so strong in one aspect or in one direction of our lives, much of the time, just like child development, quite frankly, when one area of development is happening and it's their, children grow like weeds and everything else, their language might kind of, go to a standstill or stop seemingly to develop. Because energetically, we're putting so much energy into a specific aspect, another aspect just might feel the pangs a little bit. But easy enough to fix. Just get a little physical. Kind of build that fire up. And bring it back into balance. But then, of course, we have yet another challenge. I'm just going to move Spider up. We have another challenge, potential opportunity. And this is in the air position. So the air position, it is an earth card. It is the fox. Now in balance, fox is all about, shape-shifting, being intelligent, very aware of your environment, and going about your business in a very quiet way. Out of balance, it can tend to make you a little short, snippy, just not very stable. So I'm going to say that the communication on a physical level is probably the continuation. So physically we find ourselves in balance and we can have the availability to correct that. And now in our communication, interesting, right? Spiritually we're strong, but in our everyday communication we're kind of struggling. We're not really understanding people. Maybe the humans are being the mystery that we're not quite meshing with. Easy solution again is, because it is an earth card in the air position, to bring this into balance, I'm going to say probably like expression, journaling, expressing the frustrations or the inability to make yourself clear in the everyday density might be a good way of bringing that back into balance. Fox medicine in balance also gives us the ability to be seen only when we want to be seen. So when it's in balance, we're kind of feeling vulnerable and exposed. So to bring that back into balance again, I would say do the journaling, but also take some alone time to feel more safe and more secure in where you're at that time. And the final card, wow, lots of lessons, lots of potential this week for growth. So it's good, it's little bumps, little observations that, we're gonna find ourselves in some situations that, I don't know, might be a little challenging. Hyena. So it is a fire card that is in the water position. So it's, kind of like passionate conversation is not really being had. You're lacking your humor. You're lacking your lightheartedness. Maybe your sarcasm or your sarcastic humor has a little too much sting to it, a little bit too much bite to it. And there's a dance with this hyena medicine. As you can see, it shows, a partial eclipse, actually, which we all know we just went through, a full eclipse. So that's showing balance. That's showing balance in having humor, not being too stingy with it. Have a good time, but, do no harm. Be careful of your words, and keep your emotions in check. This is going to make you a little bit chaotic emotionally because of the position. So to bring that back into balance is to really stop and think and consider before you go into reaction of what is happening around you or in your environment. So it's really a lesson in response as opposed to reaction, and being very conscious of your words and how you're communicating, because emotionally there's that potential for imbalanced emotional communication. So let's see. I'm going to pull a sixth card just to see what the end result is. So if you work through these potentials and bring them back into balance, Elk is the end result at the end of the year for yourself. Elk is all about stamina. It is a fire card. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about the phone. It is a fire card in the center or core position. So this is who you are as a result. So there's a nice, see here the fire was out of balance. You find your balance, and Elk brings you into a real endurance, stability, far-reaching. The antlers indicate, because they go in multiple directions, that you're wide open once again to receiving higher communications. And Elk is also, it's a mammal. It walks the earth. It has a direction and a migration that it does. So it's focused, and it's very much led by its instincts and where it's supposed to be and where it is going, and what the end result of all that is for it, which is to be surviving and productive. So that's the end result of all of this. When all is said and done, that's a good reading. We should always remain open and be kind of eager to work with the medicine. So when they present in the imbalanced position, this is them reaching out to us and saying, hey, let's do some work together. So just be conscious of that. What resonates for you, embrace. What doesn't, just pass it along. Maybe it will at some point, at some time. I do know this: animal medicines do not present unless there is a purpose. They are very, very much a purposeful tool for us to engage with. So with that, enjoy the rest of your week, and peace in, peace out.